Hello everyone, I'm Angelo. I've been homeless in Los Angeles for about 6 weeks now, before that in Northern Virginia for 6 months. And I refuse to fly ever again. If I can help it, and I think I can probably help it, I have a new policy on travel that prohibits me from flying. So the airlines have their policies, I have mine, which is I don't travel without my dignity anymore. I hated every step of this. By the way, dignity, not just waiting in line, not just everybody terrified, I'm going to miss my flight, I got to cut in front of you, I'm going to not get on, they're not going to let me off the plane, I got to run. It's not just the TSA making me take my belt off, take my shoes off. I'm an adult. I don't think they've ever caught anyone trying to do something bad on a plane. It's not just getting patted down, which was disgusting. I got patted down twice. It's the money too. It's the fact that I am paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars while I am homeless. I barely have, and having to go there 4 hours early. So I deliberately missed my first flight. I didn't totally deliberately miss it. I was deliberately late. I was like, well, if I get on it, I get on it. If I don't, I don't. I don't care. Because on the flight back from Virginia, I was like, the flight's at noon or 12:30 or so. I have to get up. So it's so hard for me to fall asleep in that horrible rental car, that Nissan Versa. Oh, I'm so glad to drive this Honda Civic. I think I just want to restore this car. I don't think I'll ever give it up. I'm like, this feels so much better, it handles better, so much more visibility. I hate how that Versa, you have like this much visibility out the back window. This, I can look around, see if there are cars around me. It's less powerful, that's not good. It's overheating a lot, needs a new catalytic converter. Car doesn't start right. On the drive back from the airport, I opened up the hood to start the car. I always have to hotwire it. I saw a bunch of coolant splashed around, so I'm like, okay, it's somehow splashing coolant around. I don't know if that's air trapped in there or if it was just overheating or what. The gauge wasn't going up. But, oh, and best thing about this car compared to that one? Well, two things. One, I was a little disoriented not having a touch screen. I was like, oh my goodness, I got buttons. This is so luxurious, having buttons on my radio and a knob so I can change stations easily. I don't have to do this pain in the ass mental calculation of, okay, can I press this preset and all the presets are awful? Can I press this one? Should I scroll through? I can't scroll through station. You just cannot in that new Versa. But also one thing that's so horrible about new cars, turn signals, where you don't actually click the lever, like you don't actually turn it like this and it just stays like that, and that way you know which direction you signaled. Instead a lot of them have it so that you just push it one direction and it goes back to where it was, and so you can never really be sure, like, wait, is it actually, is it signaling the way I want? Like, you got to check. And then if you press it the other way to stop it, here's the worst part. So you're just turning one lane and it doesn't stop signaling. So you got to like press it the other way, but then it signals the other way. And it's like you go back the other way because it's not actually shifting, like the lever's not changing. You just press it and it goes back to where it was. Is this an upgrade? You car manufacturers, get your heads out of your asses. So the Versa, that's not the case. It does click, but the thing is, after you put it back, like once you're done changing lanes, it still signals for like another second or two. Is this a new technology, stopping the turn signal after you've put the lever back in the middle? Is this something Nissan hasn't discovered? I'm pretty sure it's on their older cars. The new ones don't have them. They're taking away features. So I think my best bet is just keep this car. I love how it feels. I love the visibility of it. It seems pretty safe. Maybe just restore it. I don't know. I probably do have to get some other car though. I don't know. But I realize I'm going to hate to give this up. So I'm like, maybe I should just get rich and restore this. And not go all out with crazy mods and things that make it hard to drive long distances and needs a ton of maintenance. No, just a little upgrade, body upgrade, and but I want it to feel the same. It handles great. I'm like, this is so luxurious. Like, I actually control the car now. It's not this thing that's out of my control. Okay, anyways, air travel. So I had to get up, and I'm like, it's so hard to sleep in this Nissan Versa, shitty little car. I'm like, I don't want to make myself miserable and like go to the airport like I'm begging for the please, I showed up early, give me my flight, please, I'm terrified I'll miss it. I didn't give a shit. So I showed up. First of all, I heard, waiting to check in, I heard the guy saying something to the people in line about this is a line for one thing, not the other. I'm like, I don't care. This is probably the wrong line then for me. I don't give a damn. Because if you all wanted me to know, Delta, that I was in the wrong line, you could have made it clear. It said special check-in. Well, what the hell? I thought that meant everybody has a special check-in. Like all our customers have special check-ins. Nope, waited 20, 30 minutes. He says, oh, this isn't for you. You got to go on the other line to the kiosk. Well, that made me late right there. I didn't care. They put me on standby for the next flight. I hoped I didn't get on that flight, so I could just clog up the airport. That's what I want. Everybody paid so much money to be on the plane. Just clog up the airports. Everybody. Bring the airports to their knees and make them realize it's not the workers, by the way. I wasn't rude to the workers or anything. Make the CEOs and the leadership and the lobbyists and the government realize, oh, we can't treat people like shit and make them lose their dignity to fly. Pay out the ass, barely get any food, barely get any water, have to make two people get up just to go to the bathroom. I knew I was going to have to go to the bathroom bad, so I was like, oh shit, I got other people here. I ordered this, thank goodness I could at least order food, a $9 box of snacks, because that helps slow down when I need to go to the bathroom. Still had to get up, banged my head, had to crawl over a woman. So, I don't fly anymore. Unless I can, I don't know. I would love to for the day to come. If someone ever invites me, I don't know why anyone would or who would, but said, hey, you want to go on a trip to Italy or something? I'd be like, no, because I don't fly. And also, I don't like traveling. I don't even like being in new places so much. I mean, it's nice in a way, but like, I just want to work. That's all. I'm not going to enjoy a ton of traveling. And international travel? Hell no. I mean, with the indignity of having to wait hours at customs. I remember it was bad enough when I was, when I was coming back from Greece at 19 and waiting there. I had to go to the bathroom so bad, but there's nowhere to go to the bathroom when you're waiting to go through customs, getting out of the plane back to America. I don't want to be waiting. Like, that's why I said, like, if the plane shows up and I get there, then I get there. So the next flight, I was on standby. I had the very last seat they were able to give me. They called my name. And here's what happens. When someone calls a name or they call for volunteers to give up their seat, people go running there like they're panicked and scared. I need it or whatever. I don't care. I didn't even walk over to her. I walked into the line because I thought, maybe this is where I go. They say Angelo Mike, so I'll go walk with my boarding pass. They said, oh, you can't use the boarding pass. You got to go see the lady over here. So I went and saw her. She's like, you didn't hear me or whatever? Like, the plane's about to, leave. I was like, well, yeah. I mean, I walked over to the line. That's it. She was more panicked than me. And then they shut the door for the plane. And she's like, oh, my goodness, don't worry, guys. I can get you on. I'm like, I don't even care. I hoped that plane didn't get me. I hoped I could shame Delta and say, well, look, I'm going to be in your airport for a whole day. So that was the first flight to Atlanta. In Atlanta, 2 flights I couldn't get on. Didn't give a shit. I was like, okay. And the third one I was waiting on. So the second one, I thought I might have to miss because I took a huge shit, but they didn't have it. It already, and maybe I did miss it because of that. But by the time I got out of the bathroom, they said it already took off anyways. It was full. So maybe I could have gotten the standby ticket. Maybe I don't care. The last one last night around 9:30 or so, 9:45, out of Atlanta to Los Angeles, they were saying, oh, it's the last one. If you don't get this, you have to go tomorrow. I'm like, I don't care. I'll either sleep in the airport, whatever, or I'll see if they can put me in a hotel. I don't even care. Everybody was more panicked than me. Everyone was more worried about losing their dignity than me. There's a line. People just walk in like, okay, well, here's where I enter the line, right here. So you got these people just like, I'm white. I found this and now it's mine. I belong here. So I didn't even care. I'm like, nah, no big deal. I don't run for you. I don't run for anybody. I don't rush. So if the plane doesn't, if you all can't get me on the plane, or if the airline doesn't know how to run it, so they don't know how to get me on a plane without me running, please don't let me on the plane. I'm scared. Then I don't need to go, because I don't travel. That's Angelo's policy. Not without my dignity. So if you all want to lobby the government and say, you know how to lobby to get stuff you want, Boeing knows how to sell planes without proper safety equipment so that they crash, and 2 flights full of people got killed because it was a additional add-on, the software component that they wanted to charge for to get it. And the software component wasn't there like on these 2 planes that crashed and killed hundreds of people. Oh, well, hey, that's their policy. My policy is not without my dignity. Also, paying for parking. God damn. $120. On top of that, I thought I would have to walk 2.5 miles to the parking because it was closed by the time I got there. I called them and they said, okay, we'll leave it outside our gate. We'll leave your, car key in our safe drop box. And, I almost wanted to say, look, nobody can, probably no one's going to figure out how to hotwire my car. If they take the key and try and start it, it's not going to start. And so I wanted to say, look, just leave the key there, because no one's going to start the car and drive off. But they left it in the safe drop box. I picked it up. I had to, instead of getting the free shuttle, and also I tried to get an a hotel shuttle, because the hotel was right next to there. They said, no, it's only for hotel parking. I'm like, what the hell? Tried to get in a taxi. They said $20 minimum. For 2.5 miles, I said, no thanks. Finally got a lift. $8 to go 2.5 miles. I was willing to walk that, although it was like 1 in the morning by that point. I was tired. I kind of was willing to. So, oh, and yeah, that TSA did pat me down. Here's the funny thing about what they patted me down, which was disgusting. Patted down my chest and legs the first time. Second time, and they always confuse me when they say, okay, they say something, I don't hear, like, hey, you gotta do, and I turn around and say, what's up? They're like, no, turn around, we're gonna pat you down. I always gotta turn around. And the first time, the bag I checked or whatever, not the one I carried on, but the one with my clothes and bathroom stuff, shampoo and everything, they left a note in it saying they searched in it. So fuck you, fuck them, fuck the TSA. God damn, looking through my bag. Probably, I don't think they've ever found anything, by the way. Like, yeah, they found stuff that, like, people is prohibited by airline policy. Maybe they've found, a few things that could be harmful. But they've never caught anyone trying to, do anything bad. It's all for show. Second bag, I noticed there was no note. They didn't look in it. And my bag, it's funny because it was packed full of my dirty laundry. So if they opened that, I don't know if they did, they would have seen a bunch of boxers and t-shirts in there. So that was great. Goddamn them, goddamn the TSA, goddamn airports, airlines, expensive parking. It's taking all day. If you can't get me on a plane in 15 minutes, and they can, that's the thing, they can. All you have to do is pay for your dignity with the TSA pre-tax, except it's not dignity if you have to pay extra for it. It's not worth it. I'm not doing it. So anytime I'm going back to Virginia, I'm driving in this thing. Oh boy, am I worried about the overheating issue, because I already saw driving the 30 miles from LAX last night to where I slept that when I opened up the hood, a bunch of coolant was splashed around. So I'm like, it's overheating, or there's air in it, or there's too much coolant, or something. I don't know. So that's bad. And that's a pain in the ass, because it means every time I drive, I'm going to have to be pulling over every 100, 200 miles, whatever, doing that. Filling up coolant, that is. And who knows what other damage is being done. But I love this car. I'm realizing how good it is compared to other cars. Big, stupid, dumb cars. Even the little Nissan Versa. Touchscreen. Look how amazing this technology is. Buttons. But dial. tuning. Press that, you change the bass, the treble, left, right speakers, everything. Wow. Incredible. Oh my goodness, Nissan. Fuck you. Probably new Hondas too. Fuck you. And the back, look, I can see so well at the back. It's amazing. The visibility I have. Oh, it's so luxurious to be able to see other cars on the road. It's so nice. Plus, this car is bigger. And somehow, well, it's just bigger, but it feels better, like safer to drive in. Meaning, like, you know, I'm aware of my surroundings and everything. I'm aware of what I can see. The Nissan, everything's set up just right, so everything's a little bit cockeyed, a little bit off. When you turn right around a corner, like, I have to look really carefully. Like, I can't see if I'm going to hit the curb or not. This car, not a problem. You can see it very clearly. So anywhere I have to go, I'm driving. If I ever go to Argentina or something, I will drive 10,000 miles. And there are people who do that too. Go to Canada, I'll drive. If for whatever reason I have to go somewhere around the world, I will figure out a way. I don't know. I hope we have bullet trains that go underwater across the whole continent, across the whole earth. What am I talking about? The continent. We should have bullet trains in this country, high-speed rail. They have them in so many other countries. They have them in Europe, Japan, China. Why can't we get them here? Oh, it's too expensive. We got too many labor regulations or whatever. We have the money if we want to. Instead, we'd rather make F-35s that cost like $750 million each, that can barely fly and are unsafe and people pass out in. Or we'd rather make a bunch of experimental weapons or new battleships. We'd rather spend money on all that and horribly disastrous, ineffective programs, especially military related, but a lot of other stuff too, just waste, and rather exploit the poor and give hundreds of millions of dollars to landlords and land developers, real estate developers, give them special zoning privileges. We'd rather criminalize but then we don't have any money for the homeless. Whoa, slow down. Wait, whoa, you want a handout? No, we don't give handouts here. Okay, all right, here you go, military. Here's another 10 billion for a battleship and war fighters. But no. Oh, wait, hold on. You're homeless? You didn't work for this? You didn't want food today? Well, you should have worked harder. Okay, here you go, energy lobby. Here's $1 billion to make sure we can keep making gas and drilling offshore and running oil pipelines that leak and cut through indigenous lands. Here you go, weapons industry. Here's a couple billion to make newer missiles, newer tanks, new rifles, all kinds of horrible ways to kill people. Here you go, Saudi Arabia. Here's a bunch of weapons you can use to kill poor Yemenis. But whoa. Oh, yeah. Here's hundreds of billions of dollars, prison company CEOs to imprison immigrants, to imprison black people, to imprison poor people, imprison women. But hey, whoa, wait. Yeah, you want a tooth pulled or something? Oh, we don't have the money for that. How are we going to pay for it? How are we going to pay for that? You want airport travel with dignity? You want safe high-speed rail? You want a clean energy technology to be able to get transportation across the country? Whoa! What have you made of money? We got to be realistic here. I mean, we don't just have money everywhere for every little pet cause you want. So here you go, 68 or 100 some military bases around the world. Here you go, refueling Saudi Arabian planes over Yemen. Here you go, drug war. Let's keep fighting that. Billions and billions of dollars. Let's keep imprisoning people for small amounts of drugs. Let's keep destroying Central and South American countries with our drug war. Hey, come on. If you're homeless, that's on you. We didn't do that. Here you go, landlords. Here's hundreds of millions of dollars. Here you go, Jeff Bezos. Please, give us some of your milk here in Virginia. We need it. We don't want you to feel this was a bad decision. Here's a Virginia Tech campus. Here, we'll totally remake Crystal City for you. National Landing, shit name. Great, sir. Great idea. No, we'll do it all for you. But whoa. Okay, you want to be able to live with dignity and have enough money for food and stuff? Well, gee, I don't know. Fill out this form. Go fuck yourself. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Why didn't you think to be successful? So, fuck airlines. Fuck landlords. Fuck Nissan. Fuck all these new cars. Tesla with touch screens. Buttons are a great technology. Look. It's so amazing to be. No, I was almost like not using the buttons on my car. First of all, all radio sucks pretty much. Not all of it. They had Coast to Coast on last night. That was kind of fun to listen to on AM. I only listen to AM radio now. I realize that's where all the talk radio is. A lot of it's right wing, just awful people. But I listen to them because I'm engrossed by it, and I got to keep up with what they do. But I didn't even want to press these buttons because I'm like, whoa, this is this luxurious new thing. I don't want to wear these out. So, if I got to go somewhere, I'm driving. That's it. Next time I'm going to Virginia, instead of spending, let's see, how much I spend on food, parking, everything, probably about $1,000. The rental car Enterprise was absolutely horrible. Charged me $600, well, really $500 because the deposit was $100 for a Ford Fiesta for a week or for 8 days or so. So I turned it in after one day and was able to get that Versa from Alamo, and somehow that was a cheaper deal. My associate looked it up. Screw you, rental car. I'm never trying to deal with any of you guys again. Because here's the thing, I want my dignity. And you can't live with dignity in this country if you don't have money. And your dignity stripped of you when you have to give it all to companies who don't let you travel without. You got to get here 4 hours early. You got to be patted down. You got to check in line. You got to deal with a bunch of ignorant people who are scared they're going to miss their flight, going to cut. You got to deal with rental car companies who are going to charge you $500 for an economy car that's like $87 a day. You got to be willing to be patted down. You got to sit in a cramped airplane cabin with ignorant people who don't want to get up when you have to go to the bathroom. So screw them. And I encourage everyone to do this. Everyone, wherever, it's so much better drive. As much as I hated driving, I get this horrible sense memory of when I see that coolant splashed around coming out of the reservoir in my car. I'm serious. At this point, I'm thinking, what the fuck am I spending money for? I'll just spend the last of my money trying to get this radiator fixed. God damn. Or whatever it is. Or, I don't know. I'll just keep working. I gotta do a lot more work. And just think, screw it. Like, I'll go around everywhere I can trying to get work. And thank you all for watching and supporting me, because that helps a lot too. And I want a lot more of you to be watching, because this is something I think we can all agree on. Airlines are horrible. Bring them to their knees. Clog up the airports. Don't show up on time. So they got half a plane empty. They're like, oh no, what do we do? Again, don't harass the employees, crybabies who are whining to the employees. They don't control shit, you assholes. You do it to make the CEOs and executives and lobbyists feel pressure, because they don't even pay the employees that well. I applied to work at Dulles Airport as a baggage handler. They pay like fucking $9 an hour. So don't make their lives, but just be like, hey, half the plane's empty, so what? Why'd you make, to the CEO, why'd I have to wait 4 hours, get here 4 hours early to get on the plane? I bet you don't have to wait 4 hours to get on a plane. And if you want to pay that damn TSA pre-check, which, how's that work? How's that make you more secure? This shows how much it's all just theater. So they don't check your bags, and because you paid, therefore they assume, like you can pass security, or you're not a threat. And basically no one is too. Like no one, like everybody just wants to fly, but somehow they know, no, come on, they want your money. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're good to go. We don't need to take your belt off or any. Don't worry about it. It's all bullshit. You just pay the extra $160 and you're good to, or $200 or whatever it is. So never fly if you can help it. It was a horrible experience. I'd rather be driving through the country all over again for all the problems I had driving the first time. And I still have to get my tires rotated, I think, after I got an oil change. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.